Thank you, Mrs. Chair. Excellencies and distinguished delegates, good day to you all. My name is Mohamed Alhaj. I'm from Sudan, and I'm here representing the SPG 7 Youth Constituency. Energy injustice is the most critical issue facing our world today. It is unacceptable that in 2021, there are still over 700 million people who lack access to electricity and over 2 billion people without access to clean methods of cooking. It's even more alarming that around 50% of these people live in regions which are fragile or conflict affected. In Sudan, the country where I come from, I have witnessed firsthand how poor access to electricity has impacted almost everyone. The village where my family comes from in the state of South Kordofan, until today, suffers from frequent power outages that extend for hours every day. Power outages have also affected internet connectivity, leaving the majority of the rural population isolated from the world and unable to enjoy basic digital services like banking, social media, and e-learning. Energy injustice has prevailed for a long time, especially in Africa, to the extent that we seem to have gotten accustomed to it. This should not be the norm. Energy access is essential for peacekeeping efforts in war-torn regions, for reducing crime and for supporting stability, for creating jobs, for supporting life-saving vaccine distribution efforts, and for enhancing resilience to events such as the COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has revealed how poor or no energy access leads to more severe impacts of global crisis on developing countries. In fact, the Tracking SDG 7 2021 report highlighted that improvements in energy access in Africa in the past decade are projected to be reversed due to the pandemic. It is projected that nearly 30 million people, mostly in rural areas, may be pushed back to energy poverty due to the pandemic. This situation must change. Distinguished attendees and your excellencies, as policymakers, the youth count immensely on your role in this decade of action. In this opportunity, I would like to highlight three areas of action where you as policymakers can accelerate global efforts to achieve universal energy access by 2030. The first one is youth empowerment in policymaking. Young people are key agents for social change and sustainable development. We need to encourage more youth participation at the parliamentary level, at negotiations on international climate issues, and at public consultations on national energy strategies. Give youth the opportunity and let their voices be heard. The second is a strong political will that is supported by a commitment to action is a must if we want to achieve universal energy access by 2030. We need robust regulatory frameworks that promote innovative business models such as pay-as-you-go and policies that overcome cost barriers. To scale access to energy in this decade, national energy access plans could also consider both on-grid and off-grid technologies and should implement the necessary fiscal and financial incentives. In my home country, Sudan, the government has recently passed the new public-private partnership law, which will pave the way for effective partnerships and support the development of energy access projects. This is a great start, but more work is needed. We also need to mobilize more funds and adopt innovative financing mechanisms to increase the deployment of modern and clean energy technologies. The IEA and IRENA estimate that investments in the renewable sector alone need to grow to the range of 550 to 850 billion US dollars a year throughout 2030. I'm happy to share here that recently in my country, Sudan, the first reinvestment fund for renewable energy projects worth approximately $11 million was launched by one of the largest local banks. This is a big step which I'm sure will accelerate Sudan's energy transition efforts. I would like to conclude this remark by the African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Let's all work together to make universal energy access by 2030 a reality. Thank you, everyone.